Namaste. Welcome to our gentle movement yin and restorative practice. My name is Michelle Chua, and for today you'll want to have the usual 2 blocks, a strap, a bolster, and a blanket. We had a request from our live community to focus on some physical practices to promote digestion, as well as spinal twists, which also promotes digestion. So we'll get into that, as well as opening up the fronts of the hips, because yesterday's flow and restore, we were working on hips and flexion, so that we're going to bring the hips into extension just to get a balanced practice. So find any comfortable way to situate your body where you can feel upright in the spine, sitting down, evenly rooting both sides of the pelvis. So you might remember that there are 8 limbs of yoga. And in the first limb of yoga, called the yamas, they are a set of 5 practices in which that promote living in harmony with the world around us. And the second limb, the niyamas, are practices that help us to live in harmony with our inner beings. And so one of those practices is called santosha. With Thanksgiving holiday coming up just a few days from now, we might be getting ready for, hosting or gathering. But what is the essence of this holiday, and how is Thanksgiving an important practice daily, as well as a practice in yoga? So one of those practices in the second limb is called santosha, and it means contentment, cultivating contentment. Here's some advice by Eckhart Tolle in his book, A New Earth, Awakening to Your Life's Purpose. How to be at peace now by making peace with the present moment. The present moment is the field on which the game of life happens. It cannot happen anywhere else. Once you have made peace with the present moment, see what happens. What you can do or choose to do, or rather what life does through you. There are 3 words that convey the secret of the art of living, the secret of all success and happiness. One with life. Being one with life is being one with now. You then realize that you don't live your life, but life lives you. Life is the dancer, and you are the dance. Gratitude is such an important practice and way of cultivating contentment. It doesn't mean that we need to be stagnant or not want anything, but it's a place where we can feel that inner peace, that choice to be at peace, where it's not reliant on conditions, especially external conditions. And so with that, coming into the practice with this lens, how might you infuse it into our physical postures? Let's start by checking in with the body. Maybe close your eyes, begin to mentally scan your body. Noticing any sensations that you are working with. Bring your attention to the breath without changing or controlling it. Feeling the qualities of your breath. How does your energy feel right now? And then tuning into your mind, observing its state. What kinds of thoughts have you been giving your attention? And the more we give certain thoughts our attention, more of those kinds of thoughts arise. And how is that all affecting the way you feel emotionally? What's present in your heart right now? Allow a deeper breath into your nose. Maybe even sighing out a sound out through your mouth. A little bit slower in through the nose. A little bit slower out through the mouth. As you continue to deepen your breath, Where do you feel most of your breath expand in your body? Are you breathing more into your chest, into your side ribs, into your belly, or maybe a combination of those parts? I'm just bringing a curiosity to the breath. And now, in this very moment, what are the ways in which you are experiencing peace? Take a moment to count your blessings, offering gratitude. As you continue to feel the waves of your breath, clarify to yourself what you are tuning into, focusing on, and expanding through this practice today, setting your intention or sankalpa. Now let's expand to whom or what receives the benefits of your practice. So beyond us here now, to whom would you like to extend the benefits of your practice? Taking a moment to dedicate your efforts here. And I invite you to chant with me before we chant Om together. And this chant in Sanskrit, remembering that mantras, as this one is a form of meditation. And this chant means, may all beings be happy and free. And may my thoughts, actions, words, and life contribute to that happiness and freedom. Just remembering that as we're showing up for ourselves and cultivating peace internally, that creates a ripple, though you can see it instantaneously or not, onto those around us. And so with that in mind, the Sanskrit words for this mantra are Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. So let's chant it 3 times together. I'll chant it once as an example. Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. And then we'll chant that 3 times, ending with Om Shanti Shanti Om. And Shanti means peace. So sending peace out into the world around us. So with that, doesn't matter if you call yourself a singer or not, it's chanting from your heart, bringing that energy out and using your voice, which awakens your throat chakra. So Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. 3 times, deep breath in. Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Om Shanti 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 Om. Just allowing a moment to digest the resonance that we're creating together already. As you begin to practice Ujjayi breath, inhaling and exhaling with your lips closed, while creating a soft ocean wave sound done by gently constricting the back of your throat. Now, as we focus a bit on promoting digestion physically in the body, While digestion has a lot to do with how we are digesting or taking in through our senses the stimuli around us, such as media or other people's company. It also has to do with how we let go of what we don't need to carry, grudges, resentment, any kind of stagnancy that feels stuck in us energetically. So remember that digestion is not only food, and all of that affects how we're digesting food as well. So let's focus a bit on inhaling into the abdomen and then spreading the breath throughout the torso, exhaling, releasing the breath and relaxing the abdomen as you're practicing Ujjayi pranayama, victorious breath. While we're sitting here, let's try 3 cycles of that. You might even place your hands on your belly or one on your chest and one on your belly, feeling the belly expand as you inhale deeply. Spreading the breath throughout your torso and allowing the belly to soften in towards the spine as you exhale, and creating a steady, slow rhythm that you can listen to that is gentle, not forceful, so that by focusing on this auditory focus, it allows whatever you're doing to be a practice of meditation because you're fully absorbed in the present moment. And as you continue with that, let's bring some movement to the torso. Come on down to your hands and knees. We're going to take a long version of cat-cow pose, moving into child's pose and then to cow pose. So as you breathe in, draw your chest forward, roll your shoulders back, lift your heart and gaze, cow pose. Now, as you breathe out, contract your belly, sink your pelvis down to your feet. Feet come together to touch. Bowing into child's pose. Inhale, rock forward, roll the shoulders back, coil the chest up. Exhale, feet together, contract the belly, sink the hips back towards your heels. Try maybe another 3 or 4 cycles, just like that, moving to your own pace of breath. The breath in leads the heart forward and up. The breath out draws the navel in and sinks the hips back. So this is quite a farther distance to travel with a breath in this variation of cat-cow. Can you let the breath last a little longer so that you have synchronization of movement to breath? Finishing one more full cycle. Let's meet in child's pose. Extend the arms forward, reaching actively as you draw your shoulder blades back. Feet coming together, knees can be apart or together. Let's lengthen the sides of the torso a bit, create some room for those digestive organs. So keep your heart and head close to the earth and walk your hands to your right side. If you can, reaching them both outside of your mat as you tack your left outer hip back. And as we stay here in the side bend, a lateral extension of the spine, you might focus on breathing deeper into the left side of your torso. You might even play with going further, adding the left palm stepping on top of the right hand. Tuning in to about 4 more deep breaths here. And just like the belly, as you exhale, can you feel the muscles between your left ribs soften and relax? Even though they're getting a stretch here. Let's gently walk the hands through center, draw the hips back, keep your heart and head close to the earth, and then crawl your hands over to your left side. Maybe both hands reaching outside of your mat. Now focusing on breathing deeper along the right side of your torso. couple more deep breaths. As you walk your hands forward through center again, let's prepare to move laterally in circular motions, getting whatever needs to move through, especially the digestive organs, stimulated to move. So as you breathe in, let's go clockwise. So shift over to your left side, rock forward to hands and knees. As you breathe out, shift over to the right side, sink the hips back slowly to child's pose. Try a couple more rounds or more in this direction. Let your neck be loose. Focusing on the sound of your breath. And then after a few times, going clockwise. On your own, switch directions. Take a few times going counterclockwise. And then when you've evenly practiced the same amount on both sides, generally, let's start to roll your spine upright. And let's bring the legs in front of you, sitting in some form of Sukhasana, which means easy pose. So it might be cross-legged. You might prop your pelvis up on a blanket or blocks. And let's continue the circular movements in Sufi rolls. So press down with your sitting bones, palms on your lap, relax the shoulders down, lift through the center of your spine. Can you actually feel that lift beginning at the lower spine, lifting from the pelvis? Trace that all the way up through each vertebra, breathing space between the vertebra in your mind's eye, lengthening through your neck, chin, gently parallel to the floor as you lengthen through the back of the neck. Crown of your head lifting high, shoulders relaxing down, and then sway over to your left side. Breathing in, shifting forward. Sway over to your right side, breathing out, leaning back. Now let this be more organic. You can switch it up. We're going to be going for about 10 breaths here. You can add a little bit of a figure eight, dipping one shoulder forward, dipping the other shoulder forward. And just notice how your body wants to move here. Creating different variations of circles. Maybe the neck needs some gentle rotation or semicircles. Notice as you're moving and moving to your breath, what sensations are coming up? What sensations are releasing or shifting? Few more cycles of breath. Now, if you are sitting cross-legged, let's come back to center. Take a look at what shin is forward or on top and switch to help even out the stretch in your hips. We're going to move into a Kriya that actually stems from Kundalini Yoga, and it involves using a breathing technique that stokes Agni, your digestive fire, and it creates some heat, some warmth in the abdominal region. And it's called Kapalabhati Pranayama, or breath of fire. If you're pregnant, instead of doing that, just breathe in and out slowly through your nose and be gentle as we're twisting. Just keep it a light twist. If you're not pregnant, Here's how it goes. Closing the lips, you'll exhale a pulse of the belly in towards the spine, rather briskly, rhythmically, like this. So with each exhalation, the belly bounces in, bounces in, bounces in. And as you're doing that, we're going to have the fingertips on our shoulders, elbows bent wide, and we'll inhale one direction and we'll exhale the other direction, twisting from right under your rib cage, keeping the pelvis rooted still. So we're not destabilizing the lower back. So you're twisting at your waist. So inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. I'm going to watch the clock for 1 minute of that. And at the end of 1 minute, I will invite you to take a deep breath, and holding the breath, imagine lifting energy from your root chakra at the base of your spine through your 7 chakras to the crown of your head. So you're lifting the energy up, and we'll be practicing some energy locks. Bandhas, lifting the pelvic floor, drawing the navel in and up, dropping the chin to the chest, closing the throat. These are called bandhas in Sanskrit as you're holding the breath. And then when you can't hold the breath comfortably anymore on your own, you'll exhale through the mouth and just relax and observe anything that you're feeling. So let's prepare. If you're practicing the physical movement, the Kriya, bring your fingertips to your elbows, bend your elbows apart, fingertips to your shoulders, bend your elbows apart, sit tall and relaxed. Starting 1 minute, ready, begin. Breath of fire. Inhale one direction, exhale the other direction. Remember, all through the nose, mouth is closed, pulsating the belly in towards the spine with each exhalation. You might have the eyes closed, gazing inward towards third eye center, Ajna chakra, center of the brain. We're halfway through. Center yourself, relax the arms, take a deep breath in. And as you hold the breath for as comfortably long as you can, lift your pelvic floor. Imagine energy lifting from the root chakra to your crown. Draw your navel in and up. Close your chin towards your chest. And when you can't hold the breath anymore, exhale through the mouth and relax. Breathing naturally, observe anything you're feeling. Now let's resume Ujjayi Pranayama again, where you're breathing slowly and evenly just through the nose while creating a gentle whispering sound by narrowing the back of your throat. Inhale, backstroke your right arm behind you, plant the fingertips on the ground, raise the left arm up. Keep your pelvis rooted, your spine vertically upright, and exhale, twist to your right side. Now, if it's reachable, press the back of your left hand against your outer right thigh for leverage. If it's not reachable, just press your hands onto your lap. As you breathe in, press your pelvis down and lift up through each vertebra of your spine. Keep your chest open, your chin parallel to the floor. And as you breathe out, continue to spin your ribcage little by little. About 10 breaths in total here. Now you could experiment looking over your right shoulder and see how that feels on your neck. Maybe a few breaths in that direction and a few breaths looking over your left shoulder. And just make sure your spine feels tall, chest is broad, so energy can flow throughout your torso, especially up and down your spine. One more deep breath. And as you breathe out, release from the twist, come back to center, and take a full breath in through the nose. Lion's breath, open the mouth, stick out the tongue, exhale any sound. Close the lips. Come back to Ujjayi breath. Inhale, backstroke your left arm behind you. Plant the fingertips on the floor, raise the right arm up. Ground the pelvis, lengthen the spine. Exhale, begin twisting to your left side. If it's available, press the back of your right hand outside of your left thigh. If that's hard to reach while still being able to sit tall, then you can press into your lap. As your chin parallels the ground, softly glide your chin towards the back of your throat like a drawer closing, and then lift up through the back of your skull as you press the shoulder blades down. You might experiment with looking over your left shoulder a few breaths, and then switch to the right shoulder. Each inhale, rooting down through your pelvis and rising taller through your crown. And each exhale, relaxing the belly as you allow your twist to deepen. One more deep breath here. As you breathe out, unwind. Let's take another lion's breath. You might hold on to your knees. Imagine breathing into your whole body and then releasing any sound so it feels cleansing energetically. Open the mouth wide, stick out your tongue. Let's do one more. Inhale fully. Let it go. And then from here, let's make our way to stand for a moment in a forward fold. So separate your feet at least your hips width apart, parallel to each other. Bend your knees generously, relaxing your spine so it unwinds freely, especially your neck. And then choose what to do with your arms. You can just let them hang freely. You could hold opposite elbows and add some gentle movement, swaying the spine, maybe shaking and nodding your head. Or if you're needing a little opening in the front of the shoulders, you can clasp the hands behind your back and stretch the arms forward. Or hold a strap between the hands as you do this. If the backs of your legs need a deeper stretch, you can straighten one leg and lean your torso to the outer side of that leg for a few breaths. Still relaxing your neck and jaw, and then switch sides after a few breaths. Now, as you let your skull be heavy, just hanging loose, float your shoulder bones up away from it and invite even more space in your neck. If you're noticing tension in the mouth, the jaw, you might flutter your lips a few times like this. Releasing the arms if they aren't already. Let's stretch the spine a little more. Press your fingertips either on your thighs, your shins, blocks, or the floor. Pressing firmly, inhale, stretch your spine forward. Engage the belly slightly as you glide the shoulders back. Lengthen the sides of your torso. Keep shifting forward and exhale, bow towards your legs, maybe a little deeper. You can also keep a bend in the knees here if you tend to round your back. Again, inhale, press with the hands, lengthen your chest through your upper arms. Half forward fold, exhale, fold twice more. Go to the rhythm of your breath. Inhale, draw your heart forward, lengthen through the crown, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, Uttanasana. We know that forward folds can also help bring some compression into the belly region, stimulating the organs of digestion there. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, fold. Let's make our way onto hands and knees. And then we'll set up here in a restorative spinal twist. So you may want to have either your pillow or rolled up blanket, or just have several options that within arm's reach. Start with the biggest one, like the pillow, and place it at the top of your mat, tracing the midline of your mat, sort of like this. And then have a seat so that your right outer hip is flush against the back edge of that pillow. Start by extending both legs forward towards your left wall. Keep your right leg there, and now open your left leg towards the rear edge of your mat so that you're creating a capital L shape out of your legs. From here, plant your hands to frame the left and right sides of the pillow, and then turn your chest completely to face the front edge of your mat, adjusting your legs so that you can comfortably do that. It might entail scissoring the right hip back a little while it's still touching the pillow, or bending your knees. And then as you inhale, lift your chest, stretch the front of your torso. And as you're as you're exhaling, begin to lower down onto the pillow. And notice if you might need more pillows or blankets so that you can completely collapse into the props. So you're not using your arms to hold yourself up. If you want to make a little pillow for your forehead, if you want to rest your face down, you can use a block or a folded blanket like this. Or you could turn your head either to the left side, which is gentler or more mild of a twist, or you can turn your head to the right side, which will make the twist go a little further. See what your body wants to do. Try it out, and then decide where you're going to be still. And in that position, I'll now watch the clock for 3 minutes before we switch sides. Connect with your intention again for today's practice. And bring that into how you are being here now, the energy of your presence. We talked about cultivating peace in the present moment. And sometimes when we're entering a posture and there's tension in the body of some kind, that might feel like it's disrupting our peace. But remembering that peace is a choice, while you can adjust your body and offer more comfort with props, you can also utilize the breath, which is a huge pain management tool. So focusing on full in-breaths, taking your time to feel the emptied breath, and using the sound you're intentionally creating at the back of your throat to help relax your mind. Now for another full breath. And when you're ready to, begin to move slowly. Take your time pressing your hands into the ground. Leave your props just as they are. Slowly rising up to sit so that you're facing the rear edge of your mat with both legs extended in front of you. Pausing here for a few breaths as you let the spine unwind. Noticing what you feel in your body. Before we enter the second side of the twist, let's add a little stimulation for the belly in a forward fold for just about 5 to 10 breaths. So bound angle pose or Baddha Konasana, bending your knees apart, bring the soles of your feet together to touch, catching hold of your big toes or outer feet. Root down through your sitting bones and lengthen from the bottom to the top of your spine, to your crown. Keep the shoulders relaxed and your throat open. Inhale here, slightly firm in the belly, and from your hips, exhale, hinge forward just a little bit, going for about 5 to 10 breaths here. You can keep holding your feet. You can walk the hands forward. The further forward you bow, the more you want to feel that you're rooting down through your pelvis. Getting ready to rise, press down to your pelvis a little deeper. And from your chest, begin to lift up slowly as you breathe in. Roll your shoulders forward and up. Exhale them back and down. Now let's slide the leg straight in front of you again, facing the rear edge of your mat. Keep your right leg there, and now open your left leg to your left side, creating an L shape so that your left outer hip is now flush against the back edge of your pillow. Place your hands along the left and right sides of the pillow, and as you breathe in, turn your chest to face the front of your mat and adjust the bottom of your body from pelvis down as needed to do this comfortably. Maybe bend the knees. And breathe in again, lift your chest, stretch the front of your torso. As you breathe out, begin to lower your body. Now, one side might need a different configuration of props than the other side. Notice what your body might need here to feel comfortable to relax and not have to hold yourself up. Make any adjustments that you need so your shoulders relax, the arms are at ease. And now let's begin resting here in stillness for 3 minutes. Come back to the sound waves of your breath. Slow, even breaths. One more long exhalation here. And then moving very slowly and gently, press your hands into the ground and lift your torso upright. Rising up to sit, you might move your pillow and blanket aside so that you can extend your legs in front of you. As you're doing so, notice if your spine is able to be fully upright. If your back tends to round, you might prop your pelvis up on your folded blanket or pillow. Now let's take the strap and place it around the balls of your feet, separating your feet, your hips width apart. Kick into the strap as you curl the toes back towards your shins. Give yourself enough slack in the strap so you're able to sit tall, draw the shoulder heads back and down, and slightly lift the chest. Seal in the belly, chin parallel to the floor. Breathe in as you press the sitting bones down and lift up a little taller through the back of your skull. Breathe out, hinge a little bit forward from the hips. Keep the slight lift in the chest. Inhale, press the pelvis deeper down and lengthen through the crown of your head. Get longer through your spine. Keep the shoulders relaxed, and if it's available, without rounding the back, hinge forward some more. So just about 5 to 10 breaths here. Now, if you can reach hold of your big toes to clasp, you can let go of the strap. Paschimottanasana is the name of this posture in Sanskrit. As you press your sitting bones down, begin to lead with your chest. Inhale to slowly rise. Stretch your toes, maybe point your feet after flexing them for a while. And then take your block and let's come down onto your back. Actually, set aside 2 blocks just in case as you come to lie down on your back. Since we didn't spend very much time yet opening the fronts of the hips, let's get in that posture at least. Take one of your blocks, bend the knees, step your feet on the ground, lift your hips and slide the block under the flat part of your lower back. So using the lowest height of the block. Make sure that it's comfortably, stably supporting your weight here. And now bend your left knee into your chest and hug your left thigh or shin. Ground your shoulders. Relax your head. If your head tends to lift up, you can put a little blanket under your head as a pillow. And then flexing your right foot, press the big toe mound forward and straighten the right leg with your heel pressing the ground. And just straighten it to the degree that's comfortable here. Try not to turn out your right leg. So keep the kneecap pointing straight up towards the ceiling. And breath by breath, hugging the left leg towards the left side of the belly. A little bit more if you can. Keep pressing the instep of your right foot forward. Imagining your tailbone actively lengthening forward towards that inner right heel. If you're not feeling much of a stretch in your right hip flexor yet, you could add the second block under the flat part of your lower back. So you're stacking 2 blocks on their lowest height. Let's stay another 5 breaths or so. Keep the chin slightly tilted back so your throat can receive the breath easily. One more deep breath here. And then carefully set your left foot on the ground. Bend your right knee into your chest. Take hold of your right thigh or shin. Ground the shoulders. Tilt the chin slightly back. And then flex your left foot. Press the instep of your left foot forward as you slide the leg towards straight to whatever degree is comfortable for you. Keep pressing your left heel on the ground and try not to turn out your left leg. Spin the inner left thigh towards the floor so left knee still points straight up. Imagine your tailbone actively lengthening towards your inner left heel. Breath by breath, bringing the right leg closer, adding a little compression into the right lower belly here, which is also stimulating for digestion. A few more deep breaths. And with an exhalation, set both feet on the ground, bend both knees. If it's comfortable to you, rest your palms face down on your lower belly. You might adjust the height of the blocks. And then raise your legs straight up, just comfortably straight. Knees can be bent. This also helps to promote digestion, as it definitely promotes circulation downward towards the digestive organs, heart and brain. So let's continue to focus breathing into the belly as we practice box breathing, which is calming for the nervous system, which in turn activates the rest and digest response of the nervous system. So box breathing, or Samavriti Pranayama, goes like this. Closing the lips, we'll breathe just through the nose still. We'll inhale for 4 counts, hold the breath comfortably for 4 counts, exhale for 4 counts, and hold the breath comfortably for 4 counts. That's 1 cycle. Let's practice 3 cycles together. And then on your own, I'll invite you to practice 3 cycles before we let go of controlling the breath. So prepare to begin by exhaling through the nose. Breathing into the belly, inhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold the breath 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale nose 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold 4, 3, 2, 1. Second cycle, inhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold 4, 3, 2, 1. Third cycle, inhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep going, 3 more cycles. And when you're done, let go of controlling the breath. You might set your feet on the ground, remove the blocks from under your body. As you're breathing naturally, find a comfortable way to position your body, lying down for corpse pose. Let the feet splay apart, wider than hips distance. Turn the palms to face up as you relax the shoulders, closing your eyes, being present and observing the stillness within. Be here for a few minutes before we rise to sit for meditation. As you keep your eyes closed, I invite you to mentally scan your body again and notice how it feels now. Let your body inform you how it wants to begin moving and stretching out of stillness. Taking your time to wake up your body. Slowly turn over onto your right side and rest your head for a few moments. Bringing awareness to the breath to tune in to your energy. As you're ready, begin to lift your body upright. Please find a comfortable way to sit where you can feel alert and relaxed. You might place your hands in a mudra that cultivates evenness of mind or equanimity, where you stack the palms face up on your lap and let the thumb tips gently touch. And maybe close the eyes. Let's begin our sitting 5 minutes meditation. In the practice of cultivating santosha or contentment, being one with life, practice letting go of any attachments to particular thoughts when they arise. Letting go of any aversions to certain sounds or feelings in the body when they arise. In a gentle way. I bring back the words by Eckhart Tolle, one with life. Being one with life is being one with now. Making peace with the present moment. You sense the way you're feeling now mentally and emotionally. In this new moment, what might you offer gratitude for? Remember what your intention is for today's practice. And remember to whom or what you dedicated this practice. May all beings be happy and free, and may my thoughts, actions, words, and life contribute to that happiness and freedom. Peace, peace, peace. Om. Let's sing that once together, inhaling. Loka samasta sukhinu bhavantu. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om. Bowing in to the light within. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste.